Hello again, everybody. Another collaboration, this time I would say the third time recently, which is cool, with the one and only Will Fix. How's it going,
Woo!
sir?
It's going great, man. You doing pretty good?
Not too shabby. Weather's nice here in Phoenix lately, which is nice and cool. Literally nice and cool. But whatever the case be, guys, listen. Last time I did a collaboration about Stellar, with what's going on with them. I was over at Will's. It was late November, Thanksgiving time. So we have an update in regards to Stellar. How cool is that? And it is in regards to Circle. It's in regards to Soroswap, and of course, it's in regards to Stellar and their AMM. So smash that like if you haven't done so already. Like, comment, subscribe to our channels. We really do appreciate it. But Will, you've done an excellent job with your deep dives. Yes, you do deep dives, whether you believe it or not. I've seen you do them in the past. You talked a lot in the past about the automated market maker for Ripple XRP. We'd love to get your perspective here in a bit, of course, in regards to Stellar and their AMM. So I'm going to share this with you guys just real quick on your screen. You're going to see.
Let me take a minute to tell you about this decent wallet promotion. Okay, so right now it's 44% off. But in addition to that, if you register, you could win the $50 airdrop of one of 5 coins. Let me show you how this is going to work. So let's say you purchase a wallet today. So you're going to get 44% off. It's $99 for one, or you're going to purchase 2 for $179. Benefit 2, $50 of a coin reward. So once you purchase, whether you buy 1 or 2, you go to register on January the 6th. Once you register, the first 1,000 are going to receive this airdrop. So once that's filled, you won't be able to register. So I would go UTC time, midnight on the 5th, and that's when I would register and get this $50 airdrop. What coin's it going to be? It's either going to be CTC, BBB, FIG, ELOB, or XAH. Go ahead and use the link in the description. Take advantage of this promotion. Thank you.
Some key things. So as we know, when it comes to Circle, full screen this, building the largest, most widely used stablecoin network so billions around the world can access digital dollars for payments and liquidity. Now here's the thing. Lots of news, everybody. We're fully aware of it. We just did a few videos about this between Will and myself. And that is, of course, Ripple, XRP, and RLUSD definitely is taking the cake when it comes to all the mainstream crypto news. But let's not forget about Stellar. So with that said, I want to take you over to here. Here is an update. As you see, Soroswap Finance, AMM aggregator in the Stellar Orb blockchain, developed with love by Palta Labs using, or I should say, building on Stellar. Now, here's the thing. This has been around, I believe, way before March of 2024, right? But we know with the Protocol 21 upgrade, that is Soroban, all right? Just to put it in technical terms. But here's the thing. December 30th, call it an update, not that long ago, they state that they have some updates in regards to the 2024 numbers. The year was nothing short of epic, and we've seen price action. So here are the milestones that define their journey with Palta Labs. And I want to go ahead and highlight this key area, okay? So it says total value locked. I'm going to go ahead and full screen this and get Will's take on this just a bit. Record of the year was in November with 960,336, 51 active pools. Top 5 are highlighted. You have XLM with STK, XLM with Circle, XLM with US dollar X, and of course you have USC and USDC. Highest API or APY, of the year was at 18%. My goodness. And you even see a little bit of like XRP with this. Mentioned towards, I think, 10s from the top, give or take. So my thing is this. When you get more into the fundamentals of this, you see some other ones that are part of their ecosystem about what's aggregated, total value locked. You see Phoenix DeFi. They reached out to me. I've been meaning to get back a hold with them. But Soroswap Finance, 36.5%. So they reached 294 active accounts. Historical volume. You're now starting to see, price action. Not just what happened with November, but even recently, right? So let's just blow this up for a second, get Will's take here in a moment. And what do you see here? You see some key things. You see, for example, how it all comes together. I know it's a little bit smudged, but come on, guys. Any way you want to dice this, this is utility put into motion. And let's face it, when it comes to Stellar, there's a lot, of course, focus on retail. Now, just real quick, I know I keep saying this. You guys might be asking, what is Soroswap Finance? Like it says, open source protocol for providing liquidity and trading tokens on Soroban. Again, that's the premier smart contract platform on Stellar. Eliminates trusted intermediaries and unnecessary forms of rent extraction, allowing for safe, accessible, efficient exchange activity. Protocol is run by non-upgradable and designed to be censorship resistant. Soroswap Finance and the Soroswap interface were developed by, of course, Palta Labs. They show you how it works and so on. I'll just get into this real quick about the pools. Each liquidity pool contains 2 assets. The pools keep track of the aggregate liquidity reserves and predefined pricing. So when we talk about the whole thing of the automated market maker, I just want you guys to understand that it's not just Ripple XRP. Stellar has their own automated market maker. I think this is a win moving forward for Stellar. And if anything, Will did so many outlines about it. He always focused about, Ripple's automated market maker, but you have Stellar. I know you're very bullish on it. I do want to get your perspective on your thoughts about this for Stellar moving forward. To me, it's a win.
Well, one of the things that first comes to mind, I know that they're focused on P2P instead of bank to bank. However, they are interested in doing bank to bank as well. And they have, what is it, half of the tokens that
Correct, 50 billion compared to Ripple with 100 billion.
Yeah, so they have a much half to deal with. And then the other thought there is, I've been seeing Stellar move at, when XRP is moving 10%, Stellar was moving around 15%. In the negative and the positive. When XRP would drop, Stellar drops. And so the effect on Stellar has more volatility. Well, volatility is where you make money. And the AMM, they're talking about these having 2 assets. I think it was David Schwartz that gave the simplest analogy. He said, you have one asset that would, in this case, would be USDC, which will probably end up being RLUSD before it's over with. But USDC, so you have a pile of money, and then he used the analogy of apples. And so whenever you deposit the money in the AMM, it splits the money into XLM and dollars, USDC, if that's the 2 assets you pick for that particular, if you pick that pairing. So it knows the cost of the apples as soon as you did that thing. And so then it's going to search for a better price to either sell, if it finds a higher price and you have more volatility, that means you're going to find more price differences across the different exchanges. So it's going to find those different price exchanges because one exchange is going to move faster than another. One that has a lot of volume is going to be more of a subdued price than one that doesn't have as much volume, where the price might still stay high and hadn't dropped yet because you don't have as much activity of selling. And there is no balance mechanism between exchanges except for an AMM. So then, if you got $1 an apple whenever you split the asset, and then they find $1.20 an apple somewhere, they're going to sell those apples and stack up your cash and then wait to find a better price on apples through other exchanges, one that maybe has high volume and it's down to 98 cents, and then buy apples back at 98 cents. And then you just pocketed, what did I say? So 12 cents per apple. So an AMM with XLM might be more exciting than the AMM for XRP as far as money making. And then if there becomes a crunch on how many coins, because you have half the coins, but you also have way more than less than half of the price. So the ratio, if the ratio was equal at 250 and you cut the price in half for XLM, then XLM should be $1.25, right? If you got half the coins, but now look at the ratio. We have when XRP is at 250, we're at like 45 cents in XLM. So the ratio is different, which means it would require more percentage wise, more XLM would be required to move X amount of money because it's at a lower, am I making sense? Because it's at
Well, it's a lower supply. It's half the
ratio.
supply of XRP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, you're making sense.
Yeah. And if they get on board with some banks and institutions, which is going to happen, man, that's going to eat up the supply. And then what does that do? Well, that means they're going to need to be able to lease XLM, which is going to drive the price of using the AMM, because the other task isn't just arbitrage trading between exchanges. The other task is to lease that XLM out for a fee. And if they're doing it the same way, the pool gets to decide that fee. So you'll be earning a fee because there'll be a higher demand because there's less coin at a smaller price. And if they're landing some of these big jobs and some of these big institutions, then there you go, man. That AMM might crank out more money on the XLM side than the XRP side. It's very
We've seen
profitable.
some price action in that regard from Stellar. Some people are asking, where is this all coming from? And again, some of these recent things that we just shared, I think that is representative of that. But I get it, not at every single, turn of the table. But check this out. Let's full screen this. Here's the highlight when, while Will was explaining. It says, because reserves are automatically rebalanced after each trade, a Soroswap pool can always be used to buy or sell a token. Unlike traditional exchanges, traders do not need to match with individual counterparties to complete a trade. I mean, say what you want. That's pretty original. I like that. If you guys are interested on how to use this, this is cool because I was talking about this before Will and I, decided to hit record for this video. I mentioned to him, a lot of people have been complaining. I've seen you guys in the comments. I might not be able to, reply to every single comment, but a common thing, not just on my channel, but across X, different, was it Reddit, you name it, is people have mentioned that it seems as though there's more focus on USDC Circle than there is XLM. Hey, I get it. Look what it mentions here. Let's go ahead and full screen this for a second. It says that in order to mint test tokens, create a new liquidity pool to provide liquidity or swap tokens, head over to the Soroswap interface and connect what's referred to as Freighter Wallet. But remember, everybody, and this is great, each transaction on Soroban costs lumens, XLM. Be glad that you still hold that and not just, the stablecoin USDC. So you will need to test lumens in order to use it. Well, how about this? When we talk about this automated market maker from the retail side, back to what Will has mentioned, what happens when it's not just your peer-to-peer, where you do have examples of the bank-to-bank? Well, wouldn't it make sense that Stellar XLM will be paid for that gas? Absolutely. A lot more, less expensive, more efficient, more quicker than, of course, Ethereum. But for people who are saying it's not going to be that same model, that's malarkey. It's a good example because what we've seen with Ethereum, you have ERC20 smart contracts. That's still the most used one, whether we're fans of it or not. But the point is, let's say you're buying a meme token. Well, you need native ETH. That's the gas. All right, fast forward to where we're at right now with Stellar and Soroban. All right, so Soroban is the premier smart contract platform for Stellar, the Protocol 21 upgrade. So you go to a platform like this, Soroswap.finance, right? You have this Soroban Stellar Smart Contract, okay? So that's going to be a token or whatever the case be. Well, now you got to go pay that gas fee. Gas fee would not be USDC. Gas fee would be XLM. That drives demand for the native asset of XLM. Okay? That's where we're pointing out. Before we close it out, let's take you to this next part. There is this other update I want to get into. And basically speaking, I mean, this originally was shared back in 2020, but it says why IBM built WorldWire on Stellar and why should others too, and all about this thing called Albedo. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this is because there was an update a while back. This is actually on X, and it kind of gets into the weeds about this. So I apologize not having that exact screen up, but the point is, how many times has IBM WorldWire been referenced? So we're going to go ahead and full screen this real quick. And like it says here, IBM's WorldWire pilot examined the ways of how to keep it cheap and easier for financial institutions to send any currency anywhere in the world, of course, using Stellar. Now, as they get further into it, I want you guys to understand that it says even the current economic and geopolitical situation, it is possible to achieve ROI, return on investment, of course, in the global marketplace by strategically making use of services facilitated on the Stellar network. All right. Well, then, what about Soroswap? Exactly. That's why I'm sharing this. So here's the thing. This guy has a great comment. Quote, it is very evident that cross-border payments are not any longer time consumer with Stellar Luminous Network and XRP speaks itself. But here's the thing. Do we have financial institutions embracing the Stellar technology? The answer is yes. But it's this thing called Albedo. Secure and a reliable way to use Stellar network without having to trust anyone with a secret key. So you know for the fact that there is this whole concept of the D-Reki Alliance. It's Ripple, it's Hedera, it's a few other key ones. But look what it says here in regards to this thing called Albedo from Stellar. Albedo allows Stellar apps to request transaction signing or identity verification without ever exposing your secret key. So we talk about the internet of trust, internet of value. This is game changer, in my opinion, for Stellar and single access point to the Stellar universe. And this bottom part, secure key management, secret keys never sent over the internet and never exposed to third-party sources. I mean, say what you want. I mean, I'm sure you guys do it. As we speak, you don't see it on the screen, but for example, let's say you had MetaMask. If you had that plugged in, you don't disconnect it, you're at risk because that extension, that's like is a backdoor way, if you leave it on too long, for you get hacked. Now, some people state, well, only if you have that seed phrase. Well, all right, I get that. If a hacker gets the seed phrase, then they get everything. But if you can eliminate that to begin with something with Stellar, with what they got going on, and never bother sending the seed phrase over the internet whatsoever, to me, that is the internet of value. That is the internet of trust. And trust in value means increased demand for the particular native asset. So glad to bring this to you guys. Will, I want some of your ending thoughts and perspectives of it all in regards to Stellar, Soroswap, the AMM moving forward.
Man, I think it's exciting, to see the little brother. People think of it as the little brother of XRP. In some cases, that's a mistake, because they're gonna develop their own thing. They don't think of themselves as the little brother, They think of themselves as extremely legit with their target market. But I think adding this AMM, it's going to add, it's going to make more people want to have it. It's going to make it's got more abilities. Not everything has an AMM. So if they're looking at earning money with a token, then, an AMM is an alternative, maybe a better alternative to POS or, staking ability of some of the coins, earning a yield, which is going to, the DeFi world is going to explode. So it's like they're ready for how everything's going to take with banks. And I believe brokers are going to replace bankers. The banks are going to be replaced because why let the bank make money that you're not getting and pay you less than what you can earn on your own. So those will soon either they'll take over and become brokers for you, or the banks aren't going to be getting the money. And so Stellar is on cutting edge with these AMMs, I believe. I like it.
Awesome. Yeah, as the saying goes, nothing ever stays the same. You know, look at the days of proofreaders. I mean, come on. Do you know a person who is a paid proofreader? No. It's called things adapt, or innovation will basically win. So I do agree with you. I think the days of these brokers, we're entering a totally different era, going to, some people say this is Web 2.5. I think it's like 2.7. I'll stretch out to 2.7 and getting into where we're going with Web 3.0. So entering into Web 3, yeah, that old model, you may take enterprise traditional systems and plug them into the new system, but you're not necessarily plugging in physical people representative of the old system and plugging them into the new one. They're going to have to adapt as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
well, guys, that's it for this outline. We did 3. Myself and Will look or be on the outlook for more, maybe next week and so on. We're looking to do at least 1 or 2 on these collaborations. Will is my brother in Christ. I absolutely love him to death. And with
Yes.
that said, miss you, brother. Glad
Love
to do
you
this
too,
with you.
man. I
Yeah,
think the world
absolutely.
of you, sir.
You too, brother. So with that said, as the saying goes, know what you have, know why you hold it. The research trumps FUD, 110%. Give us a like, follow, and subscribe to us on both channels. The thumbnails look the same, and it benefits both of the particular channels. And by the way, if you haven't done so already, check out the Decent Wallet. There's discounts in the description, and you have to go through people like us in order to get that discount compared to just going to the site. So the saying goes, not your keys, not your crypto. Check out a decent wallet.
Amen.
All right. Glad to have you, Will. We'll see you guys on the next one.